getting into politics, fun stuff. Make sure if you are, a politician, you are disclosing all of your purchases of cryptocurrency. But Madison, which is Republican too, Republican Representative Madison Cawthorn appears to have violated the Stock Act by failing to disclose Let's Go branding cryptocurrency purchase. Republican Representative Madison Cawthorn of North Carolina appears to have violated a federal conflict of interest law by failing to report his stake in a cryptocurrency named for the anti-Joe Biden slogan, Let's Go Brandon. By law, members of Congress must quickly and publicly report their crypto purchases in certified congressional documents known as periodic transaction reports. The purchase appears to have happened in late December, according to Cawthorn's Instagram profile. Cawthorn could have lied about purchasing the crypto, or he could have told the truth but failed to file the required documents. If he did make the purchase, he could be penalized over explicit House rules on cryptocurrency disclosure. Quote, all financial disclosure filings must disclose ownership of interests of virtual currency, end quote, worth more than $1,000, as well as purchases, sales, or exchanges of cryptocurrencies, the House Committee on Ethics wrote in 2018 memorandum to lawmakers and congressional staffers. Cawthorn's office did not reply to insider questions about what happened. He would have had no more than 30 days to make the disclosure, given that he would clearly have had direct knowledge of the purchase. Under congressional rules, he could face a minimum fine of $200. That's not much, but the House Committee of Ethics could grant him a waiver that would absolve him of the fine. News about the crypto purchase was originally published in the Washington Examiner, which reported that Cawthorn may be in violation of insider trading laws. If true, such a crime would be a matter for the Justice Department and the Securities and Exchange Commission to investigate. The Committee on House Ethics could also involve itself and should, one Republican senator said. Quote, insider trading by a member of Congress is a serious betrayal of their oath, and Congressman Cawthorn owes North Carolinians an explanation. There needs to be a thorough and bipartisan inquiry into the matter by the House Ethics Committee, end quote. Senator Tom Tillis, a Republican from North Carolina who has endorsed one of Cawthorn's primary challengers, said Wednesday. On December 30th, the value of all Let's Go branding coins in circulation eclipsed $570 million. By the end of January, its market cap dropped to $0. If Cawthorn violated a Stock Act, he would join 59 other members in Congress who have violated the 2012 Stop Trading on Congressional Knowledge Act. The law clarified that it was illegal for members of Congress to engage in insider trading and create disclosure requirements that allow the public to see whether their representatives can personally benefit in the votes they cast or the legislation they introduce. If lawmakers don't disclose details of their finances or do so in a timely way, the public is left in the dark about the potential conflicts of interest. Cawthorn's non-disclosure of his stated purchase, quote, raises serious questions of whether Cawthorn violated the law, end quote, said Kedrick Payne of the Nonpartisan Campaign Legal Center, who previously served as Deputy Chief Counsel of the Office of Congressional Ethics. Quote, the lawmakers should explain the discrepancy because the public has a right to know that their elected officials are not violating the law, end quote. Based on what's already in the public domain, quote, there is at least a strong case to be made that Representative Cawthorn violated the Stock Act's reporting requirements as well as potentially engaging in insider trading, end quote. Dylan Hetler, got it, something like that, the government affairs manager for the nonpartisan watchdog organization Project on Government Oversight, said, adding, quote, I'm reminded of the expression about something that quacks like a duck, probably being a duck, blah, blah, blah. So they go on to say there's numerous controversies surrounding, of course, this particular senator in question. You guys can go into that later. We're really just talking about the cryptocurrency portion here. Look, the public is going to be participating in cryptocurrency, and it's going to influence, of course, people that are in charge to participate within cryptocurrency. The insider trading part would be a little silly because obviously, as we can see here, by the end of January, the market cap dropped to $0. So what does he do? He didn't short it. You know, like if he was shorting it, okay, then maybe he knew something. But to lose that kind of money doesn't really seem to me to be necessarily an insider trading issue if I'm just looking at it completely objectively. Now, should our representatives basically have to report? Probably at this point, because they are public servants. Public servants should be serving the public, not serving themselves. And in the case that they are, of course, purchasing any sort of stocks or cryptos or anything like that, that should be completely transparent. If you don't want to be transparent about that, don't get into politics would be my recommendation as far as all this goes. Regulation surrounding, of course, cryptocurrency is getting tighter and tighter. And the first ones to basically get targeted will be the public servants, people that are, that are representing the public and so on. Then it'll kind of move over to probably, large, or I guess the big bags, right? Your Elon Musk, your Jeff Bezos, all that sort of stuff. Your MicroStrategies with Michael Saylor, that sort of thing. You'll start seeing regulations targeted towards them more strongly, and then it'll kind of trickle down. One of the things I did want to talk about, though, because like I said, we've been going over like the sovereign individual, that sort of thing. And we've talked about this, I think, yesterday and the day before. But a point that I wanted to make is because a lot of people get really, really scared or squeamish surrounding regulation and what the governments are going to do. Once again, I always equate it to when somebody tells me that they're going to go chip everybody. It's like you can go chip 7 billion people, but you can't go punish 7 billion people for moving freely throughout the world. It's a very difficult thing to do. You can already see, like, clearly with criminal activity across the U.S. that the government's not going to be able to basically restrict everybody. It's not going to be possible. So once again, they may have the power, we have the numbers, and that is really where you can find some solace. Eventually, I do think that there is something to be said for a complete transformation in the way our society functions right now. And I do think it'll get a little bumpy here. We'll probably see more articles like this as well. I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Morning Show every Monday through Friday, 7:45 a.m. Pacific and 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time. You can check out more clips here, or if you're interested in checking out the entire live show, you can check that out down here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday.